The 510 Bay Area is in the building. Say much love, Willie. Get the bag. Get the bag. That's what we're finna try to do around here. Y'all come on in as you should. Right? That dog, I saw a few more, and before I started, hold up. Shout out to my beautiful grandparents, Ruth and Joseph, from St. Louis, Missouri. Appreciate that right there. Say shout out to Alpha King K all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. Say hey, Pastor. St. Louis, Missouri is in the house. The Bronx, New York is in it. It was popping. Pastor say let's get these 30 minutes of fire popping. That's what we finna do around here. The 229 is in the building. What's happening? Say at work in my truck delivering goods and listening to Uncle Willie. That's what's up. Appreciate that right there. Listen, look here. How y'all doing? I'm Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Please remember to go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player from the website, click on the Give link, something like that right there. Pick up a little something for you and the ones that you love around you. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link is down in the description. I need for you to be watching. That's looking and watching. Sharing on your social media platforms. I really would appreciate that right there. And we're trying to get in every show, we need to be over 500 thumbs up. That means likes and thumbs up. We got to work the algorithm to the best of our ability. If you also would like to support a player, please, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got a $sign. That's the top and the bottom. Willie Williams Show. That's the Cash App if you like to do it that way. And if you just so happen to have to use Super Chat, there's no other way. Please don't go over $5 because I don't think I get that right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really do appreciate it. If you can't watch the midday news, remember we do got Anchor because we podcasting. This is also a podcast. We on Anchor and Spotify out here in these streets. Queen City in the building. The 904 is in the house. Connecticut is checking in. The 281-713 to 836. H-Town is in the building. I appreciate that. From one side of the South to the other side of the South and South. Shout out Uncle Willie in here for the 30 minutes of fire. That's what's up. Say, hey, Willie the 801. Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the mother for 30 minutes of fire. Hit watch 236 and your 9. That's what I appreciate all y'all for coming on in here, joining me. Now we got to go ahead on and get into what we call the midday news. Shout out to Profit Made for the $2 Cash App. Say salute, hit that like button and donate. I appreciate that if y'all would do that. Support a player because I need it. Oh. Hold on. To give y'all an update. So, they dropped the strike on April 2nd for my number 3 channel. On the 2nd. So on the 3rd, which is yesterday, I spent about 4.5 hours to put up I didn't know that there was a limit of your uploads and shit, because they stopped me at 150 uploads to the number 3 channel. And because I had to make everything private on my number 3 channel, I had to make everything unprivate. Make everything back public the way it was before I had to take everything down. As soon as I uploaded all that shit there, soon I spent another 3 hours to make everything back public. They flagged the player again. Goddamn player got another strike out this motherfucker. Listen, I don't know what to do. The 727 Clearwater, what's happening? Say afternoon, all Suffolk County, New York is in the building. Say, hey, Big Will, I appreciate you being around here. Yes, I do. They gave me another strike. So listen. If in the near future, if the channel is gone, you see it gone, it's just motherfucking gone. I ain't making shit private. I'm not going through over 5,000 videos that need to be private. I'm not doing that there no more. So it just is what it is. Listen. Let me explain something else. I think I missed something. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Here. That is pretty much it. This is why I need y'all following. Subscribe to the Willie Williams Show 7 channel. The number 7, Willie Williams Show 7. You can type the shit in anytime you get ready. This is why I need you subscribing to the Willie Williams News Morning Show or the News Show or something. Damn it, I don't forgot the name of it now. But yeah. Everything with my name. Will y'all subscribe? I need you subscribing so you never really miss a beat out here in these streets. Remember, to my number 3 channel, to my number 7 channel, number 4 channel, the Willie Williams News channel, all that. Subscribe to everything, you know what I'm saying? Because when they go to taking the player down, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last out here if they keep taking the player down. You know what I'm saying? It's too much to rebuild. It takes too much time. You know what I'm saying? Say we not scared of strikes. Say we know strikes, but shit, who? No. Y'all not scared of strikes. Y'all not scared of strikes. You talking about years of work that can be taken away. Yeah, that's time wasted. Shout out to JK for the $2 super chat. Say, hey, sexy chocolate. The 313 Mississippi. I think that Mississippi. Checking in for 30 minutes of fire. Look here, let's go on and get into a story real quick. They say a mother was shot. Ooh, Jesus. Hey, beautiful baby. A mother was shot by her husband. Here we go.
Developing tonight, a horrific family tragedy at a Jewish community center.
A young mother fatally shot in front of her daughter, and police say it was her own husband who pulled the trigger. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Northeast Miami-Dade with more on the suspect's troubling past.
This was so brazen. Police say the suspect came to this community center as his wife and her daughter were attending swim lessons, and he shot her. After that, he ditched his gun in nearby bushes. This happened in the middle of the day. There were a lot of witnesses to this shooting. As
we ask around here, just to get the new people up to speed, when we do stories, we always say, well, what did the victim do? I know, Willie, that's victim blaming. Actually, it's not. That's just what we ask. What did the victim do?
For hours, police investigated a deadly shooting at this Jewish community center in North Miami. Family identified the victim as 30-year-old Chandel Harris.
She didn't deserve to die like this. She didn't deserve nothing. She was a great woman.
Police say Harris and her daughter were at the pool for...
Do we deserve to die in any manner that we die in? I know. A lot of people say that person did not deserve to die like that. Well, how... What is a good way for us to die?
Swim lessons when Harris's husband ran up and shot her on the pool deck. The victim's daughter and mother witnessed the shooting, according to family.
He followed her and chased her down and shot her, like an animal, like he was doing hunting.
We watched distraught loved ones embrace one another. A cousin says Harris was stabbed by the suspect Saturday, but she did not report it to police.
Whoa. She was just stabbed Saturday? She didn't say nothing. Shout out to domestic love relationships that we promote around here in these streets. She was shot and stabbed and didn't say nothing. And then she was shot and didn't say nothing.
A spokesperson for Miami-Dade police could not confirm that incident, but says there were issues before.
Our investigators found out today that yes, there was some type of domestic issues amongst them.
That's love.
Recently.
The center released a new statement. It says in part, Miami-Dade police have confirmed it is being investigated as a domestic issue. The suspected gunman has been arrested, and police have indicated there's no known threat to the Jewish community. We spoke to several people who heard the shots.
It was very scary. I heard a big boom, and then I saw the shooter running after someone and shooting. He had a small handgun, and then we ran.
The center does have security at its entrance. We asked police how the suspect got in armed.
How did he get inside? Again, there are classes, swimming classes, that's open to the public. People can pay so they can attend the classes.
What if he told her, I don't want my daughter swimming right now?
The scene did clear in the last few hours. Police do emphasize this was an isolated incident and there was no threat to the Jewish community. Right now, we don't have any details on the suspect's name. We just know that he is a man who is 45 years old.
45-year-old man, y'all have no type of information on it, which is strange to me because y'all was able to put up her pictures and say, "Oh Jesus, oh that." Wait a minute, that's her. Oh, this is her. Woo! Wait a minute. Let me play this.
Identified the victim as 30-year-old Shandell Harris.
Shandell Harris. Listen, Shandell Harris, y'all say that the husband shot her, but y'all ain't got no information on the husband. How? I don't understand, because like we connect people together. Like okay, if you married, there's down at the courthouse, stuff like that, they got that paperwork to tell who you married to. So if we look at that, then we can see the person's name, and we can kind of, like, law enforcement can dig up your background and all that. So, what do you mean we don't know who he is?
She didn't deserve a dollar like this. She didn't deserve nothing.
Oh, that was a cousin right there.
Police say Harris and...
Listen. Shout out to y'all with your representatives, man. Hey, that's what's up.
Her daughter were at the pool for swim lessons when Harris's husband ran up and shot her.
Harrison Huck. But why did they say that they don't have enough information to some when they got you got everybody picture and you don't know nothing else about this person? So if he had a mug shot, you would have seen it. So no criminal background. Ah, that's a good point. Hold on. All right,
Emphasize this was an isolated incident and there was no threat to the Jewish community. Right now, we don't have any details on the suspect's name. We just know that he is a man who is 45 years old.
We don't have any. They don't have any information on the suspect's name. I'm confused.
Right now, we don't have any details on the suspect's name.
We don't have any details on the suspect's name. Didn't y'all just tell us who the shooter was? Then y'all show us a picture of who the shooter is. Allegedly, I guess. But y'all ain't got no. All right, cool. I can't like go back and forth like trying to break my head because y'all show us who the person is and then y'all tell us y'all don't know who the person or y'all don't have information on the name of the person. I thought they just told us the name of the person, or am I missing it? If I'm missing it, somebody just educate me. Just let me know. I got to move it right along because sometimes I feel smart and other times I be feeling stupid. So, we got to move it right along. I'm not even much going to hold you, man. But listen. This is one of them domestic love relationships that we champion around here because she did something. Don't you get it twisted. She did something. You might not agree with what she did and how she lost her life, but she did something to be, for him to come where she was and gun her down. She did, I think she was cheating. I don't know these people. It's just in my opinion. Go down there to the Jewish community and shoot you in front of people with your child there too. You did something real bad. Either you tried to escape. Oh, well, that escape means that you would have been locked up. But we're not going to say that because you was able to get in your car and drive along and do exactly what you need to do. So you was not locked in. You was free. So maybe you was trying to leave the relationship. And as we say, if that's the case, you may want to break up. That other person don't want to break up. There's always someone in the relationship that don't want to separate. And you got to be willing to constantly watch your 12, your 3, 6, and your 9 when you make a decision to separate from somebody. You say, hey, Willie, the 804 is up in here. I appreciate that right there. Shout out to Donnie for the $15 cash up. Thank you. I appreciate that right there. We got to move it right along because a mother and a girlfriend is grieving. They going through a little something. There's mourning the death Well, the girlfriend mourning the death of the boyfriend. The mother is mourning the death of her son. Here we go.
A mother is in mourning after her 25-year-old son was murdered.
Police say he was killed at his own home in Parkway Village. Now the family is pleading for anyone with answers to come forward. Greg Hurst has the family story in today's Manhunt Monday.
I'm lost, like I have nothing left.
For Joanna Barksdale, the pain of losing her only child is unbearable. Memphis police say her son, 25-year-old Jawan, was shot last month at his home on Capri Street in Parkway Village.
March the 5th at 10:50, like the worst day of my life.
Barksdale remembers the pain of that day like it was yesterday.
I was at work and just got a text message saying my son had been shot.
Barksdale says Jawan's girlfriend and 4-year-old daughter were also inside the home at the time of that shooting.
We heard a loud knock, like boom, boom. And I was like, who is it? But they never said anything. He just looked out the window. And as soon as he looked out the window, they just started shooting.
Shelton says the bullets knocked Jawan to the floor. Shelton grabbed her children and called police.
I was on the phone with 911. And it just...
You got to do what you got to do to make yourself cry. Go ahead, though. My bad.
It's just terrifying. It's true.
Memphis police say,
I know we grieve different a lot, but for some reason it seems to me when our sisters get on camera after somebody they love so deeply pass away, transpire, leave Earth, I've noticed that it's difficult for them to shed a tear. Just in my opinion.
when they arrived on the scene, they found Jawan unresponsive, suffering from gunshot wounds to his face, chest, and foot.
I drove to their house, and when I got there, I just seen the police lights, and I just knew then that my son was dead. I just sat outside till 5 o'clock the next morning. They pulled his body out the house.
A sight that has a grieving mother praying.
I'm an emotional wreck. I can't do anything. I don't want to I just want to sit at home.
If you know who killed Jawan Barksdale, the
question is, well, what was you doing before? I'm not going to do that. Go ahead.
Crime Stoppers at 9.
Crime Stoppers 528 cash. 528 cash for any information on who was the shooter, who took this young man's life. He was a family man. He had a family, him, his girl, and his child. That is a family, in case y'all thinking that churn and just one parent is a family. It's not. But he had a family. He was doing the right thing. Now you still got to ask for what he did. For them folk to come up to your house, wait for you to peek out, and pop up. He did something. You ain't got to like it. But he did something. Something caused this to happen. There's a cause and an effect. I think a cause and effect, a reaction and a reaction. Yeah. He did something for them to say, well, let's go to the house. Let's mask up. Let's do what we need to do because of whatever situation. He did something to provoke people to do that or make people do that. It could be petty, as we say. It could be petty. He didn't deserve it, as we be saying. How do we know what the people deserve that happens to them? How do we know that they did not deserve what happened to them? Because we're not behind closed doors with people. People can be the sweetest people that we ever come across. The sweetest people that we ever come across. We don't know what them people do behind closed doors, but we quick to say, they ain't have to kill her like that. Say, was he a rapper? That's a good question. I hope he wasn't making an album. That's how you lose your life out here in these streets. So listen, so just be careful. And if anybody know anything to help the family grieve better, call Crime Stoppers. And I hope there was some insurance because they can actually grieve better with that check on the way. I know. Willie he just sounds insensitive. Trust me, if you had somebody die and you ain't got no check coming, or you didn't have a check coming and you had to bury somebody, y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of best to have you some life insurance if you got to bury some goddamn body. Because the people who've already buried people with no insurance will let your ass know the heartache of burying somebody and then having to grieve and you ain't got no money to bury that person. Anyway, I got to move you right along. I'm here to teach as I do around here in these streets. I saw a video. I saw a disturbing video. Well, I won't call it disturbing because I don't pretend to care. We don't do that around here. No, we don't act like that. We just present what's out here and we just have a comment about it. Let's say dealing with law enforcement. One of the got to be more careful. A player was shot by law enforcement, but people said that law enforcement was in the wrong. I was like, okay, let me see the body cam footage, and like people that sent it to me, it was like, Willie, look at this. This wrong. The police, they always killing us. They always killing us. I don't know if they always killing us. Like we don't like get to see the stories of them always killing us like every day. I don't know. I thought we got past that saying back in the day, like when people were getting killed and they kept putting it on the news and keep putting it in our face, and it's not an everyday thing. It was just one incident, like every other month or something like that right there. But anyway, shout out to Prophet May for the $2 cash out. Say her side piece did it. Say bad actress, fake crime. I just don't understand how old am I? I think I'm 40. My daddy been dead 30 years. I could barely talk about my daddy without my eyes watering up, and that's over 30 years. You mean tell me somebody just died last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and you can hold yourself without crying, talking about that person doing it? And I just don't understand it, y'all. I really, really don't understand it. But to each his own. Y'all, moving right along. Listen, let's watch this video because the player, he lost his life. He lost his life. Now, I think Benjamin Crump is on the case. I think so. I don't want to put being out there. But y'all pay attention. Tell me what y'all see. And we gon', I don't know. We're going to pay attention.
Video just released by Miami police from an officer's body camera. It shows what led up to a deadly police shooting. And in the video, you see the struggle between the suspect and the officer. Then you hear the fatal shot fired. Local 10 investigator Jeff Weinstein is in the newsroom with what the video shows. Jeff.
From the get-go, the family of Antoine.
You say you lost yours December 2018. It's deep to talk about someone that you love and like really don't cry. I would never understand that.
And Cooper has said the shooting was unjustified. They even called it murder. In the video,
they say the shooting was unjustified. We got to watch.
Never see Cooper actually reaching for a gun. The family claims it is a Miami police sergeant that actually fired that fatal shot.
They say they never saw him reach for a gun. I guess because law enforcement say that he reached for a gun and that's how he got shot. Pay attention.
March 8th, a traffic stop northwest 71st Street and 10th Avenue is near Miami Northwestern.
No roll the windows for me?
The driver, 34-year-old Antoine Cooper, says he left his insurance information at home, but he does have his registration.
That's fine. I just need the license. I'll look up the insurance.
December 11th, 2005. So you think about him every day. I feel you on that.
I ain't got no license, bro. Any weapons in the vehicle I need to know about? You just go ahead and step out the vehicle.
No weapons. Everything's great. The officers is great. Even he is great. Any weapons? No. Showed him the bag and everything. Nah, I'm good. All right, cool.
You're good, you're good.
When the officer tries to pat Cooper down, he tries to flee.
What is we doing? What is we doing? So your mother passed away in 2011, May 29th. My condolences.
Oh, we got shots fired. Shots fired, shots fired.
We went frame by frame taking a look at this video, and we never saw Cooper reach for a gun or have a gun in his hand.
I thought when they said he reached for a gun, meaning he was in his vehicle and reached for the gun. Now y'all gonna tell me that we never seen him reach for a gun and he's in an entanglement with law enforcement? What do you mean? Listen, we don't know if it's now. I'm not saying that law enforcement is correct. All I'm saying is how they staged, not stage, how they started this newscast, this video, as if he was in this vehicle and reached. Okay, he outside the vehicle, tussling with law enforcement. I don't know if that right there could be a reach for a gun. I don't know. Do you?
Cooper reach for a gun or have a gun in his hand.
And I'm not even going to say that he did reach for the gun. I'm just saying I can't say that he didn't. I'm not saying that he did reach for a gun. I'm not saying that he didn't reach for a gun. I don't know either way.
Along with the video provided to Local 10, we did get this picture from police of a gun found at the scene, but they haven't said where this gun was found.
Uh-oh. They ain't say where the gun was found. I'm also here to tell you this right here. To say someone went for your gun is the typical excuse for when law enforcement shoots somebody. A lot of times, that is what is being said, whether it's true or false. Shout out to Tanisha for the $2 super chat. Say, hey, Willie, the ATL late, but here, I appreciate you being here.
Seen, but they haven't said where this gun was found.
He took my son's life. He's a murderer.
He shot him in the head in close range with another officer right there. Mr. Cooper was not holding a weapon. Mr. Cooper was not attacking an officer.
We can't say, baby, listen, and I think she's the attorney. You can't say he wasn't attacking the officer. Now, in my mind, he was trying to get away. He's trying to flee. But when somebody's trying to stop you from fleeing, you can become violent against the person that's stopping you from fleeing. But she's saying that he's not attacking the officer.
Another officer right there. Mr. Cooper was not holding a weapon. Right. Mr. Cooper was not attacking an officer.
Can't say
and that sergeant used lethal force.
Shout out to the Fit Sim for the $2 super chat. Say mass shooting Mondays. Shaking my head. I'm trying to.
The day of the shooting, Miami's police chief said this.
The officers became aware that one of the individuals in the vehicle was armed. A struggle ensued.
Whoa, he said that one of the individuals inside the vehicle was armed. Somebody ain't telling the truth.
On the day of the shooting, Miami's police chief said this.
The officers became aware that one of the individuals in the vehicle was armed. A struggle ensued. One of the officers discharged his firearm.
That sergeant is on leave pending the outcome of the investigation, and that investigation is being conducted by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. We've slow-moed the video provided to us by the Miami Police Department. If you'd like to see it in its entirety, head over to local10.com.
That's what's up, but listen.
And that sergeant.
We got a problem.
Of a gun found at this.
They don't know where the gun came from is a problem. For what the chief of police or whoever spoke said that there was a gun inside the car, and then the tussle and then the shooting. That was a lie. That's a lie according to the body cam. Like, that's completely a lie. So somebody told the captain or whoever spoke, the sergeant, captain, whatever, somebody told them what happened out there. Oh, there was a gun in the car. We tussled. We shot. That's why this person is dead. Somebody told that superior that right there.
Scene.
They lied.
But they haven't said where this gun was found.
And for them to say they haven't said where the gun was found, that's a problem. That's a problem. Miami-Dade, listen, Miami, y'all wrong for this one.
He took my son's life.
Now, to the mother, my condolences, all of that stuff right there. But listen, I know you do not want to hear this as someone who just lost a loved one. I'm here to tell you, he caused his own death. He caused his own death. From the time he stepped out the car, when he made the first move, he signed his own. No, I know. They didn't have to kill him, but they did. Do y'all know he would have never got shot if he would have been patted down and never ran? I'm still saying law enforcement was wrong in this one. They was wrong because they said something else before the body cam came out. And when you can lie like that big, goddamn, I don't believe you. But mama, he signed his own death certificate. He did not have to do what he did.
Local 10, we did get this picture from police of a gun found at the scene, but they haven't said where this gun was found.
He took my son's life. He's a murderer.
He shot him in the head in close range with another officer right there.
I don't think he should have shot him in the head with another officer there. Shout out to Defense Him for the $2 super chat. Say they investigating their own stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is a problem. I don't. They was wrong for that. And when you lie about one thing, by being law enforcement, your credibility is out the window. It's out the window. It's done. I don't have to believe nothing else you say, even though something else that you say can be true. They didn't have to shoot the man in the head. I don't think so. But you can't tell people what to do when you out here doing what you want to do. Can we agree to that? I don't know whether he had warrants. I have no idea. Because a lot of times we just don't want to go back down to the resort, man. I don't feel like getting locked up today. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he has something in the car. They didn't say inside of this news article, that inside of this video, whether he had a gun, other than the police saying way ahead of time that there was a gun. Because in the end,
the police chief said this.
The officers became aware that one of the individuals in the vehicle was armed. A struggle ensued. One of the officers discharged his firearm.
That sergeant is on. The police chief said this.
The officers became aware that one of the individuals in the vehicle was armed. A struggle ensued.
Aware that one of the individuals in the vehicle was armed. Wait a gun. Wait a gun. I know they showed us a gun on the ground and they don't know where the gun come from. Wait a gun. I'm asking for a friend. Wait a gun that the officer seen. That gun to me, it just looked like a throwaway. That gun to me look like a just in case, you know. I may need this one here like on a Thursday or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a just in case. Just in my mind. I don't understand. I really don't get it, but hey, it's life. And when we do not choose to comply, can we kind of all agree that you might get your feelings hurt? You might get your feelings hurt out here in these streets, man. I'm telling you. So if you want to live, people, if you want to live, do not do what he did. Y'all got to stop running from law enforcement. You never know what the outcome is going to be. Yeah. Sometimes you get away. I get it. Sometimes you get away. But it only takes you one time to get killed. It takes you one time to die. I'm trying to help. We got to move it right along. Dog, I had something, but it seemed like, well, I'm going to have to look for it elsewhere. But, yeah, moving right along, we got to go to the schools. We got to go to the schools because something transpired. I think that it happened on Friday. There was a school shooting. I know. A lot of y'all didn't even know. Like, we really don't be paying attention to what's going on out here if it don't slide up our timelines on the social medias that we be on. But in Greensville, in Greenville, I think that's South Carolina, North Carolina. Damn it, it's a Carolina, I think. Oh, it's South Carolina. So a school shooting, Greensville, South Carolina.
It's definitely painful to watch what these students have been through. I was out in the field most of the day at the school, and many of them saw the shooting with their own eyes. 7 News.
I don't know how else they was going to see it, baby, but I'm with you, shit.
Asia Wilson has accounts from eyewitnesses who saw it all play out.
Yeah, Taylor, as each student came out of Brookwood Church, you could feel the emotion come over your body, but it's no comparison to those students who were right next to the shooter and the victim tonight. Many of them filled with sorrow, but happy to be alive. A parking lot filled with hugs and tears.
I was like, oh my God, he's about to shoot the school. And everyone was just standing around us.
Students shaken after living through a tragedy, a deadly shooting at Tanglewood Middle School on Thursday afternoon. This seventh grader says he was right beside the shooter.
You know, we were friends, and we were just walking down the hallway. He was walking really fast, and he looked really nervous. And there was just a whole crowd of kids, and all of a sudden, he reaches in his backpack, just pulls out a gun, fires one shot. I didn't even think twice. I just ran.
Oh, so that was your friend. Go ahead.
Investigators say is a 12-year-old student, only feet away from Valerie, who says the gunman was facing her direction.
I was going to my gym class, and while I was walking, I was a couple feet away, and I heard a shot, and I just froze. And my friend had to pull me because I just couldn't move at that moment. I was really scared for my life and just thinking about how it could have all ended right there.
Deputies say the student shot another 12-year-old. That's when Michaela says she ran into the victim, lying on the ground with what she says was a bullet shell beside him.
I was like right next to him almost. I heard the gunshot that happened, and then I saw his body laying there. Everything was so surreal. I couldn't think, and it took me a minute to realize, wow, this is actually happening. And it was really scary.
Shout out to all the kids who were scared. Shout out to all the kids who wasn't.
Pastor John Gray of Relentless Church was inside Brookwood Church consoling students after these terrifying moments.
And just looking on the faces of those students in there, their eyes just blank. And my heart is broken because even though, thankfully, they're out of harm's way, how long will that trauma and the necessity of counseling and all of those things, how long is that process going to take?
As for those who lived through it all,
it's going to be a difficult night because just knowing that I was right beside the shooter in that moment, it's going to be hard to sleep because I just know I could have lost my life that day too.
All right, listen. One shot. There was a one shot. And I don't know, maybe I'm insensitive, but one gunshot out of school. You mean to tell me everybody is afraid now? Everybody needs some counseling or something? Is that what we saying out here with one gunshot? Wait a minute. But they play video games and shit. Like they watch TV and stuff. Like they hear gunshots in like upscale communities and stuff like that. I was super scared. Damn it, I heard a shot. I thought that was it. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't know how to feel about, everybody's just so, oh my God, I can't sleep. Really? But you can sleep after you watch these type of movies and listen to the music with like the gunshots in it and stuff like that right there. Like, we want to play hard in the streets and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that there's some at that school who like to play hard and stuff. We got bullies and stuff that's doing what they do, but were they really that scared?
With emotions, they're just grateful to be alive.
I was really overwhelmed and just thinking about how it could have been me and I couldn't have seen my mom ever again.
It was one shot. I'm just listen. You should be in fear. Great thing about fear, a lot of times fear keeps you alive. Fear keeps you on point. Fear keeps you checking your 12, your 3, your 6, and your 9. I don't know how somebody else feel, but in a big ass school and one gunshot, was it? It probably wasn't even in your wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, because they run drills and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure that they hit the buzzer, cold blue. Police chief at the gate. Take chains off the door. You know what I'm saying? That something is transpiring. They hit it. Boom. Everybody, get down. And it was real life. I don't know, like, if that's gonna stop me from sleeping. I'd be tired. But back, like in school, like back in my day, I don't think that we've been so traumatized. Is what I'm gonna say. I don't know.
To be there to hear their stories, it's been heartbreaking. In fact, one father tells me his daughter now will be in counseling. Also, Pastor John Gray, which you heard from, says that he and his church will be here during the coming days throughout this entire process. For now, we're live in Greenville County tonight. Asia Wilson, 7 News.
I don't say, so did he shoot him in the head or hard with the one with that one shot? Hey, listen, cause this is like a problem. They gonna need a whole bunch of counseling. I don't know, man. Is it that? I don't want to say the kids today are soft, but these kids today soft. I can't. Well, the reason that I'm saying like they soft as hell because of the way that the kids be portraying themselves out here on social media as if they popping. As if everything is sweet. Everything is everything. Like they got life together. Like they know more than the parents and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is how they be presenting themselves. So then I was just under the belief that they can handle a gunshot at a school, right? Or maybe not that neighborhood. Listen.
We were changing our classes, and then we was inside the hallway, and then we just heard a gunshot.
Through the eyes of a 7th grader.
Shout out to Christy for the $15 cash app. I appreciate the support. Here
Witness to the shooting, a powerful recount from Prentasia of what took place at Tanglewood Middle School on Monday afternoon. The call came in around 12:30 Monday afternoon from the Tanglewood Middle School resource officer.
This boy had a gun, and then he shot one boy in his side.
Officials say that
shout her out because she got her reel in. That baby is rocking her reel out here.
The shooting happened at the front part of the building, and the victim identified as 12-year-old Jamari Jackson. Law enforcement quickly on scene securing the school. The suspect, also 12 years old, was eventually taken into custody.
You know, every police in Greenville County was there, and ambulance. They running in with guns, not handguns, but rifles with the scope on them.
Angela, the mother of Prentasia, said she actually showed up to the school a little early for a 12:30 meeting.
You would have thought that would have been a student saying what she said, but just in my mind. Go ahead.
As things began to unfold, she later found herself with dozens and dozens of other parents with a sick feeling in their stomachs, not knowing if it was their child that was shot, hoping to be able to pick up their kids at Brookwood Church in Simpsonville after nearly 40 buses transported them from the school to the church with a police escort. Brookwood Church was filled with hugs, tears, and an appreciation for being able to see the ones you love most.
I don't. It was one gunshot. I don't know.
Kid got shot, or I was so terrified I didn't know what to do.
You mean to tell me I got to leave work? Nah. Now let's get into some reality speak. You mean it was just one shot, and then y'all took the person in custody? Now I got to hurry up and get round there to get my child. Well, is my child all right? Is my child all right? Because if my child all right, and depends on how my child get back and forth to school, can y'all like have the bus drop my child off if my child catch the bus? If my child walks to school, can walks or ride a bike or something to school, can my child go ahead on and walk and ride the bike and the skateboard or some shit like that to the house? Because I can't leave right now. Listen, I done took too many days off shit like that right now. I just can't cut work like that. I don't like a lot of parents, they don't get to talk about it from that angle. Because parents, they just show up. Oh. But what about the parents who can't? What about the parents who is like, hey, shout it, is they good though? So it ain't no more, nobody else in that shooting. So the shooting over. So the fun is over, is what you telling me. So my child should be able to make it home the same way my child made to school. Unless I am the one who take my child to school and pick my child up. Then that's a different story. Shout out to Gasman for the $1 super chat. I appreciate the support. Yes, I do. Say, everybody who rode in the ambulance car, listen, they walking out crying and all that other shit. They say it happened in the front of the school. So everybody in the back wing, y'all should not have a tear in your eye.
40 buses transported them from the school to the church with a police escort. Brookwood Church was filled with hugs, tears, and an appreciation for being able to see the ones you love most.
You don't know if your kid got shot, or I was so terrified I didn't know what to do. My heart was in my stomach, because I couldn't find her. Nobody wouldn't tell me nothing.
Other parents expressing the same emotions.
But just glad to have my kids and able to just hold my arms around them.
Michael has an 8th grader and a 6th grader that attend Tanglewood Middle School. He and Angela say after being reunited with their kids, it gave them a different perspective to offer other parents.
Let me ask you a question, because on school properties and you can't smoke. Like it's a tobacco-free era. Do they allow the teachers to smoke after like a school shooting? I'm just asking for a friend. Say rumors spread fast, so a bunch of kids probably heard through the grapevine that it was multiple shots. Well, yeah. It could be. But we're gonna listen. A lot of say 40 buses. We need 40 ounces. That's what's up. Listen, a lot of them is gonna play this out for like a week or two. Mama, I just can't go back to the school. You know what I'm saying? I'm in fear of getting shot at school, Mama. I can't go for the rest of the year. Yeah. Cause we're in April, May. Shit, school is out next. Yeah, May. Yeah. Like a late May. Yeah. So. Listen, students, you can ride this here out until next school year. I'm traumatized, Mama. Now, Dad, I don't want to go around there no more.
no disrespect, teach your kids not to be bullies, and you know, try to teach them, protect them the best way you can. When they come to you with a problem, listen. All you gotta do is listen. Even if you can do something about it or not, just listen. You know, it might save a life.
Dude, don't try to be big-headed. Don't try to be a big head and go in there and interrupt what the law enforcement is trying to do. Let them do their job. I know it's hard to do as a dad or a mom to sit back, but just let the pros handle the situation and get it under control. And when you get your kids in your hands, just don't ever not cherish another moment.
That's right. That is so right.
I was so terrible.
Y'all just out here.
His side.
Officials say the shooting happened at the front part of the building.
Just happened in the front. Yo, I can't get over it. It happened in the front, but if you was in the back. Now, you heard the shots and you traumatized. Damn it. Oh, I'm traumatized. That's what's up. Shout out to Tanisha for the $5 super chat. He said, "Can't we talk about this a middle school and how weak these kids are? They upset if a person don't like them." Well, yeah. They have like major issues that's going on out here with the youths, especially dealing with social media and stuff like that. Social media is like killing them, like killing like the self-esteem of everything in the youths. This is a real problem. So I'm kind of not surprised that they behaving the way that they are behaving after a simple school shooting. I don't know if there's a simple school shooting, but I'm just saying, I thought the children was supposed to have been harder than they was just representing themselves. Just in my mind. But sometimes you can find out who is who when something pop off. And again, it's a good thing for people to be afraid, because once you starting to get used to the gunfire, you might have a problem. I don't know. Say, Willie, your daughter is right, Mrs. T. Williams. Hey, I be trying to help the youth, but they don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let's go on and get into the main event. Say 6 killed, 12 shot in Sacramento, a mass shooting. Now. I'm going to give y'all the definition of mass shooting, because mass shootings is, I think it's 3 or more. So there actually should be more shootings that is classified as mass shooting. But here you go.
We know that 3 men and 3 women were killed, a dozen others injured in a mass shooting stemming from a fight. Now, this happened a block from the state capitol building as people were leaving bars and nightclubs. The gunfire sending many running for cover. The crime scene stretching multiple city blocks. Now, tonight we're learning the names of some of the victims.
A massive brawl, then the sound of rapid gunfire. The frightening chaos unfolding on the streets of downtown Sacramento early Sunday morning.
Now that's what you need to be afraid of and be traumatized and all that. Did you hear all that? Boom, 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 boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Multiple shooters opening fire as bars and nightclubs in the area were closing. People seen running for cover.
I've never heard gunshots like that. I mean, they were just going off. They were just like, da-da-da, but it echoes, so it kind of sounds like thunder. I look outside, and that's when I see all the people running around, police officers coming in with guns.
Our officers were in the area here at 10th and K, and they heard shots being fired. They responded to our scene behind me.
Police say 6 people were killed, 12 others injured. Some of those wounded transporting themselves to area hospitals.
It is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see what's going on out here.
Pamela Harris says her son, 38-year-old Sergio Harris, was one of the people killed. She was visibly frustrated.
My child is out there on that ground. Oh, my goodness. You know, this don't make any sense, and there's other people's children that's out there on the ground, and they won't tell us nothing.
Sergio was out with his...
They told you something, baby, because you said that your child was out there on the ground, but...
Cousin, 29-year-old Devazio Turner, who was also shot dead.
They were cousins.
Oh my God.
Those two were cousins. Sergio and Blase were cousins. I'm grief. That's all. Grief. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can share.
City leaders fighting back tears during a press conference.
Our community deserves better than this. I know this is a national epidemic. This is not unique to Sacramento.
That's right.
But we can stop it here.
Many denouncing gun violence, including President Biden, who released a statement saying in part, quote, "That is why my administration has taken historic executive action, from standing up gun trafficking strike forces to helping cities across the country expand community violence interventions. We also continue to call on Congress to act, ban ghost guns, require background checks for all gun sales, ban assault weapons, and high-capacity magazines."
I thought that you couldn't have a firearm in California. Can somebody correct me? Somebody educate me on that. I thought that you couldn't own guns or something like that. Something like a Illinois thing to where you can't have guns or something like that. And if that is the case, permitless carry laws sweeping across the country. Yep, I've been paying attention to a lot of that right there. Listen, if so you can own guns in California. All right, perfect. But New York you can't, right? Illinois you can't, right? If I'm not mistaken. All right, bam, 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 bam. New York. All right, cool. Okay. Look here. We also continue to call on Congress to act and ban ghost guns. Ghost guns is guns that look like guns, but they're not guns. Okay. Cool. And require background checks for all gun sales. I don't know how they do it in other states, but I thought that you had to have a background check whether you go to a gun show or you go to a gun store. Who in the United States is selling firearms that you have to clear people through the feds is not background checking people? I didn't know. But if they are selling guns with no backgrounds, I think that should be like an easy law, because people need to be background checked. Right. Say no gun in New York, but we got them things. I'm trying to tell. Oh yeah. People will have what they need to have to survive out here in the street. You know what I'm saying? Damn your laws. We don't care about your laws. You know, when it come down to firearms for a lot of people. Say 11 people shot and 1 dead in Dallas. Got to be more careful. Say Tennessee open carry. Yep. Say backgrounds only in stores. Whoa. Wait a minute. I know in the great state of Florida, my state, stand your ground state, bust a bitch, go home state, please don't run over and fit for our life state. Even when you go to the gun shows, now, because I do got permits and shit like that right there, all I got to do is get my shit. But I still got to fill that paperwork out. So, in my mind, if you ain't got what you need to have, they do background checks. Shout out to Tanisha for the $5 super chat. Say, I was listening until they said Biden. Say, ATL, say we carrying locked and loaded. I'm trying to tell you.
Now, police say they recovered a stolen handgun at the scene, but at this point, no arrests have been made. They're looking for multiple suspects. Authorities are pleading for the public's help. That's the latest here in the KTLA News Center. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
KTLA 5 News. Listen, it don't matter. Listen, it'll be cute. It is real cute to make the laws and change the laws, which if it need to be changed, then it need to be changed. But those laws are not going to stop people from having firearms. Your laws is not going to stop people who want to shoot people from shooting people. That's not how it works. You can believe it may, But as we see, the majority of the people who out here killing people are people who don't have license to have a gun. Say no permits in Virginia. Gee. Say Willie said, watch your 3, your 6, your 12, and your 9. Say I got my head on the swivel at all time. Trying to tell you something. Be careful out here. Say them New Yorkers gonna care when they get to Rikers Island. That part. Yeah. As long as you don't get caught.
Thanks for joining us on CBS News Sacramento. I'm Curtis Ming. We are following breaking news in downtown Sacramento. A mass shooting. 18 people shot, 6 killed of those 18 overnight. Just as the bars closed, right now there is a search for the suspect, but we don't have any information on that suspect. 11 hours after this shooting, we want to get right now to some new video just in showing the moment the shooting started. And we do want to warn you, this video is graphic.
Let me ask you this right here. Listen, 5 people got injured, 2 people got shot in Dade County, spring break. Guess what they did? They cut off at past 6. It ain't no liquor. Watch it. So it was 18 shot, 6 killed in Sacramento. Do you think they gonna shut it down like that right now? Do you think that on the weekends now that they'll put the curfew in to where at 6 there's no more alcohol being sold? I can answer that for you. Hell no, it's too much money being lost. Go ahead. Come on, player. Oh, there it is.
You can see here a photo. There you go.
They shooting. Shout out to the camera person. Die about that goddamn footage. Listen, that person stayed on the corner as long as they could to keep their camera out there, to keep it at the edge of the wall. Listen, oh my God, you need an Emmy or something like that right there. Shout out to Tanisha for the $7 donation through the PayPal. I appreciate you. Look at that. Wait, back. Look. Look at the camera person. They're standing at the edge of the building, getting as much footage as they can. They're willing to die by it. Go ahead. Look at it. Ooh, they dumb. Sweet sounds.
Chills hearing that. I'm watching this video for the first time as you're watching it. And
you say he's watching this video for the first time as we watch it. Sometimes as reporters and anchor people, sometimes we mess up. We say the wrong things. Because a contradiction can come right after what you had done just said.
What really struck me about that is how many gunshots you heard there. They just kept going and going as those people screamed and ran. More new video just in showing the aftermath, and you could hear people screaming in this video, victims in the streets, and we have blurred out the most graphic part of this video.
How do you know we've blurred out the most graphic part of the video? This your first time watching it with us.
Let's see right here as we look at this video. You could see there are people stunned there. Looks like on the street, just standing, looking around. Right there, you see the Sharif Jewelers right there at 10th and K Street. But people standing there in the street. You see law enforcement there, and of course we're blurring right there. And I know I watched some of this video raw earlier.
So you watched some of it earlier. You ain't watched the whole thing. You ain't watched none of the video that's played first. But you watched some of the aftermath video, just a little bit. Go ahead, player.
Were bodies just on the street there. First responders showing up on scene and performing CPR. We're talking about police officers who heard the gunfire, raced to the area, and started doing chest compressions to try and save lives. There's also a video circulating on social media. This shows a fight before the gunfire. Now, I've studied this video right here on social media. It does look like it was there at 10th and K, and you could see it.
So you watched that video on social media. You studied that one. But the main video you hadn't watched yet. That's what's up.
Video circulating on social media. This shows a fight before the gunfire. Now, I've studied this video right here on social media. It does look like it was there at 10th and K, and you could see the fight. In parts of this, you could see somebody getting choked. You could see people getting punched, shoved, and thrown to the ground. And right at the tail end of this video, you also hear that gunfire, the screams, and people running. Now, police are asking anybody with video or anybody who may have witnessed something, who knows anything about the suspect, send it to a QR code. That QR code is on Sac PD's Twitter page. It's also on our website.
Say now, Willie, you know they playing it. They playing it for the first time. Yeah. He ain't watched nothing, but he done watch some of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it is what it is. I don't know, but listen. Shout out to Deshaun for the $5 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Listen, a lot of times people will go out and every now and then people will shoot. That's why y'all got to keep your head on the swivel and make it really when you outside and people been drinking, smoking, snorting, popping. You know what I'm saying? Like you really need your head on the swivel to pay attention to people's behavior. And that'll let you know in advance if you need to start backing on up out the game, getting around a car or something like that, because it might pop off. You supposed to be paying attention to that right there. You can't let nobody. You can't depend on nobody else to save your life when everybody trying to save their own life. Say you're a reporter. You watch it. I don't understand. And you was on national television saying, oh, this is my first time seeing it with y'all. But you was able to watch the other ones that was also a part of the first one. That's what's up. Say, oh, you heard it's $1 million reward. Shh. What's the phone number? God damn it. Listen, I know who might have did it. It's $1 million reward. Listen, if they don't, with $1 million reward, if don't nobody turn somebody in by the end of the day, that'll let you know that we have a real snitch problem. To where you won't even take $1 million. You won't take $1 million. Yeah, fuck around and I had to turn my partner in. Man, listen, man. Hey, look, player, we ain't gonna never see $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But we can come up right now. You just go do the time, damn it, and I keep feeding you commissary, play. Why? I don't know. Shout out to C. Valerio for the 99-cent super chat. I appreciate that right there. Say, Willie, for the love of money, I'm trying to tell you, baby, how much it is. All right. Say, oh, yeah. Say they snitching for $750, bitch. Listen. So, if by the end of the day, if they ain't unturned whoever did the shooting in, shame on the Sacramento, California people, residents, however you want to talk.
Here in KCRA 3, we have a policy where we do not show you video that has not been verified. So that means it has been watched. But go ahead. Permission to use the video. We have verified a video you're about to see was in fact taken last night, that it is of the mass shooting that happened last night. It's sent to us by 916 Times. It's a grassroots kind of news, local news in Sacramento area on social media. We do want to warn you, this is a very intense video. It starts with a fight. Again, I don't like how they tried to downplay the grassroots folk who gave y'all footage. Let me back that up just a little bit. I appreciate video that. You're about to see was in fact taken last night, that it is of the mass shooting that happened last night. It's sent to us by 916 Times. It's a grassroots kind of news, local news. Grassroots kind of news, kind of local news. But they got the footage though, the shit that y'all didn't get.
Why? Because y'all wasn't down there in them streets like that. But he tried to, damn it, it's a kind of news. So what you're saying is that we don't bring the news out here in these streets. I beg to differ. Here you go.
In Sacramento area on social media, we do want to warn you, this is a very intense video. It starts with a fight. Again, we don't know if that was related to the shooting. And then people are just running for their lives, literally. It is tough to watch, so a warning for you. But here it is.
It is tough to watch the video that we done watch. But we watch, I guess you can't keep saying the movies and the music and all of that stuff. It's like you can't compare them to real life. Yeah. People is not afraid when it's the movie stuff because they know it's not real life. So yes, people should be disturbed and afraid because it is real life. The shit confusing to me. I don't see why people, oh my God, it's graphic. We don't see shit. What is we talking about? Go Run, baby, run. Keep recording, though. That's what I'm talking about. Keep recording. Got to be more careful. Get that foot. Get that foot.
And that's tough.
No. They said that the shit was graphic. Be careful. Cover your ears and cover your eyes. This footage, it might be disturbing. What? Gunshots? Because we saw it was like nothing. Shout out to Jay for the $2 cash. Say feeding the machine. I appreciate the support. I need it.
Give it a minute.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the words there that we had at the bottom, but we have an idea of how many gunshots went off in that video, right?
Yeah, 54 seconds, 76. 76.
I mean,
it's not even a minute long.
Right, and there's been a lot of people wondering, was this an automatic gun? Which was it a semi-automatic? But now we know there were multiple shooters. Mm-hmm. We don't know how many, but multiple. I mean, maybe that helps explain it enough.
Or the type of gun
or
that
perhaps,
was used, I guess. Yeah.
That's cute.
To us by 916 times. It's a grassroots kind of news, local news.
It's a little bit of news source and shit. You know, they do some news. I don't appreciate his tone.
In Sacramento area on social media, we do want to warn you, this is a very intense video. It starts with...
Very intense is the word that he used. You say, I didn't see one gun. I'm trying to tell you. Say, oh, it was loud. yeah, really. Oh, the loudness is disturbing.
A fight. Again, we don't know if that was related to the shooting. And then people are just running for their lives, literally. It is...
That's a good point. Who counted?
It's tough to watch, so a warning for you. But here it is.
Tough to watch. We've seen better. Listen. We have seen real shootings and like real pops. People running and diving and jumping with guns. There has been better police shootings than for you to call this footage what you call this footage. I forgot what the hell you called it. I always say, listen, and shout out to the players who be getting clean and shit like that right there, going out to the clubs and trying to have a good time, trying to solicit these babies out here in these streets and get into a fight. What is y'all be doing? What is the whole thing? Say, I don't like they news. Say, Willie, I like your commentary. It's more educational out here in these streets. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you something. Look at this shit. The only part that's disturbing to me was the camera person was too far from the gunfire. That's what's traumatizing me. because I would have liked to seen the shooter. You know what I'm saying? Keep getting it. Keep the camera straight. Listen. I know when you're in fear and stuff like that, you just got to keep your camera straight and just hope for the best. Let me die about that goddamn footage. Don't be wobbling and shit. You showing us garbage cans from different companies and stuff in the alleyway. No. Shout out to LaTanya for the $1 cash app. Say, shout out to the cameraman. Say, you the real MVP. That's what's up. That's what's up. Run, babies, run. Yeah, baby. It's dangerous out there, y'all.
And that's tough.
Not even a minute.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the words there that we had at the bottom, but we have an idea of how many gunshots went off in that video, right?
Yeah, 54 seconds, 76. 76.
I mean,
it's not even a minute long.
Right, and there's been a lot of people wondering, was this an automatic gun? Which was it a semi-automatic? But now we know there were multiple shooters. We don't know how many, but multiple. I mean, maybe that helps explain it enough.
Or the type of gun
or
that
perhaps,
was used, I guess. Yeah.
That's what's up. Listen, they say the term is defined, a mass shooting term, the mass shooting term is defined as the murder of 4 or more people with no cooling off period. Means it typically got to be at the same scene, basically. No cooling off period, but refined by Congress, yada yada yada, by Congress in 2013 as being murder of 3 or more people. Say in behind the bloodshed, yada yada yada. They ain't really talking about nothing else. So first it was 4 or more, but refined by Congress, 2013, it's 3 or more. 3 or more, no cooling off period. Pretty much mean at the same time, at the same event, same street. You know what I'm saying? Where pop, breathe a little bit, pop, 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 pop. Like that's like a no cooling off period. The only cooling off parts in the gunshots is changing clips. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So listen, people, you got to be careful when you're out and about, man, because you really don't know when it's going to go down. You should not be hanging out. You should not be going out to eat. You should not be hanging out nowhere. You should not be leaving your home without life insurance. Shout out to Thomas for the $1 cash out. Say, better watch 2360 and yo, 9. I'm trying to tell y'all here, you should not go out your house without life insurance, because you don't never know when it's going to pop off, especially in the nightlife. You should not be allowed to be out at night without life insurance, especially if somebody else got to bury you. Now, if you is the only person in your family left, you know what I'm saying, then, hey, you don't need life insurance. However you get in the ground, however your body get disposed of, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not going to hurt people. Like, people don't need money after you gone and you ain't got no family to leave them. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. Globe, Gerber, other places. People got insurances out here, and I need an insurance company sponsorship. And if anybody know how I can get some insurance company sponsorships, please let me know. My email is right down there at the bottom, the wwshow2@gmail.com. I need some sponsors. I need some cash apples. I need some PayPal, some super chatters. We need all that around here to keep the midday show going. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. Say yeah, because your renter's insurance might help. Laugh out loud. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, we finna go ahead on and get on up out of here. I had to show y'all these things because a lot of listen, I didn't see none of this stuff that I just showed y'all. I saw none of this over the weekend. I just saw this stuff about 2 hours before I went live. This goes to show for the people who do not watch TV. and for us that typically just deal with the internet. If it's not coming across your timeline, if you're not searching for stuff, you don't know what's going on out here on Earth. You really don't know. And that's what made me create my midday news, because I wanted y'all to see what's out here in the news every day, what's going on, because you need to know we truly do not pay attention, because we got lives, we got jobs, we got them little things that live with us, kids and stuff. Yeah, you know, we got these type of things going on out here in these streets, and you know, you can't watch everything. You can't watch everything. So I will try to watch everything. I know I can't, but I try to watch everything. I had to change my Facebook feed to all news. I changed my whole Facebook feed to all news, finances, health, stuff like that. Basically news on shit that I need. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do that. And with Twitter, I did a whole bunch of redoing stuff, because I have to be your major news source out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with a player. We finna go ahead on to close off the midday news, and we do come back at 8 o'clock for the night show, the nightly show that I appreciate y'all for joining me as you do, supporting the player. Remember, the number 3 channel is back open. I got videos up over there if you would like to watch those. Please go and subscribe to my number 7 channel, my number 4 channel, the Willie Williams News channel. Listen, they is in the business sometime of taking down some stuff. They're in the business of striking people for whatever reason, just because they want to. If we get strikes, we can't go live. That's why you got the multiple channels. If I get striked here, I'm going live on another channel. That's why I need y'all subscribe to everything. You never know when this shit gonna hit the fan. It is what it is. Listen, let's go ahead on and get on up out of here. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com, the website. Subscribe to the website. Shout out to LaTanya for the $1 cash out. Say I told my kids to burn me, Sugar. I'm trying to tell you, Sugar taught me that. I'm trying to tell you something. Don't get them people all your goddamn money. Listen, let them burn you and put you in the face or something like that. Your family better keep that check. Bills still need to be paid. I'm just saying. Say I'm subbed to all channels. I appreciate that right there. I need all y'all to help me out. Around here in these streets. Remember, if you want to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link is down there in the description. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, liking, thumbs up, and liking, sharing, looking, watching, telling somebody about a player. Thank you for all the PayPals, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Listen, we own Anchor and Spotify. That's where we put the podcast at if you cannot watch the midday shows. Oh, excuse me. They own the podcast. Remember, if you're not following me on IG and Twitter, something really wrong with your life. Listen, at the WW Show. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the play. I'm going to go on and get on up out of here. I see y'all at 8 p.m. We out of here. Peace.